morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this beautiful sun's day? All right. Well. Alrighty, y'all. I was just playing around, shuffling and everything else like that. Just pulled the deck many things down, and top card is, yeah, I'm the dickhead fairy that sprinkled bitch dust. This sprinkled you with bitch dust and created this whole argument. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. Man, I'm telling you, when I get stuck on an inside joke, even if it's in my own head, I'm stuck on it. What is funny, though, is people who know me know how to read my facial. It's great. Oh, look at that. What's going on here? Alright. Or just the last two that I had. Alright, so let's get some cards out here to see what's going on. Get a general 3D, 45D for the collective. What storyline, timeline, whatever is most affecting everybody at the moment. Let's see. For every question, there is an answer. For every answer, there is another question. When a child speaks, listen. When you feel it in your body, you found somebody who makes you change your ways. Oh, alright. So let's just say that's one person, because there's usually two people that's always involved in these. What's the other side? That was quick. Diamond in the rough. Self-love. Yes, the past can hurt. You can either run from it or learn from it. Definitely interesting how that just said when a child speaks, listen, and now we're getting a whole bunch of kid cards. Anything else? What's that? Aladdin and the Lion King. That is pretty funny. Ooh, we got some Rocky. It's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Release. Ask yourself, in 5 years, will any of this matter? Nice. Alright, this deck goes over here. Alrighty. Get a couple oracle cards for the end. Should we do a story time? Or is that just too much? I got creativity and wildness. Let's see what the shadow is for the day. The main shadow that everybody's dealing with. Why? Because if it's all mirrors and projection, then a lot of us are dealing with the same thing. Yeah, man, if I could just not drop shit under my butt, that would be awesome. Where'd you go? Oh, it's not so bad. Come here. Oh, that sounded terrible. Sliding across the floor. Calling the storm. Alright. Oracle card. Rainbow blessings. Rainbows after the storm. After the storm. Alright. The opposite deck. Let's switch it out. What else we got? I guess the skull deck it is, because the other ones are not right there. I reorganize my desk again. We're skipping the story time today. Alright, what tarot should we use? The light workers. Sun and moon. And one big deck. Go with the modern. I know, it's just so entertaining. It's ridiculous. That's it, it was just about it. I ain't got nothing to ramble about today. That's it. But life is pretty boring when you, I don't know, block doors to drama. And that's why I never got about social media and stuff like that. It's just block them. Oh, they'll create a fake account and watch. Well, you don't know who that is, so it doesn't bother you. What? I'm sure out of the, whatever, 3,000 something or other people on my Facebook page, I don't maybe know 100 people that I actually like talk to and know, and those are mostly the people that are in the coven. So and even out of that 100, what, maybe like there's like 20 of y'all that interact on a regular basis enough that you've become, you become noticeable. I try to explain this to people, and people are so weird. I don't know. Just don't have the mental capacity. Nobody does. To have 100,000 friends. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has the mental capacity for that. I don't know why I'm just getting the image of you ever see Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch? There's one scene where, and it's so funny because I can never remember the order of the planets either, but he can't remember the order of the planets. Like, he doesn't know anything about space. Like, he's a super duper genius, but he knows nothing about space, and Watson's getting on him. He's like, how do you not know the planets? How can you be as smart as you are and not know the planets? And Sherlock sits up and looks at him. He goes, it didn't seem important, so I didn't retain it. He goes, he didn't see the point in it because it's like, what does it matter? It has nothing to do with his investigations and things like that. See what I'm saying? Like, no, it's totally random. On the 4D, we pulled all feminine cards. Let's see what we got going on the bottom here. Alrighty. Alright, so the Four of Cups is usually, well, Well, it's an overindulgence card, right? That's usually what it stands for, overindulging, right? I'll show you all this. I can't even make it up. Alright, so we're starting out with that energy on the 3D. On the 3D, and now remember, the 3D doesn't necessarily have to be the truth. 3D is just how things are perceived, right? On the 3D, we got the Four of Cups here. We got an overindulging energy, definitely. With the Nifilda fairy here, right? I don't know why I got double the fireball card. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Right? And it's a distraction card, definitely. You know, the Four of Cups is the person leaning against the tree, and there's the Three Cups. It's usually a guy leaning against a tree, and he's got the Three Cups in front of him. They're all empty, and the universe has a cloud that's trying to hand him another cup. But he can't see it because he's staring at these 3 cups in front of him, right? And I'm bringing that up because the next one is the Three of Swords. What? This is the third-party situation, being torn, indecision. Entertaining 2 different people and mindsets at the same time, right? Now, the Three of Swords usually is a cheating card or a misleading card type deal, right? Outside influences on a connection for sure. Right, in the middle here, you got the Ten of Cups here. But it's weird because it's got an ominous kind of meaning to it in this deck. Because it's got the Grim Reaper, time, right? It's got the Crow, right? It's just an energy of, I don't know, limited time. It's kind of overindulging to avoid distractions. Wanting the Ten of Cups, but there's limited time. There's definitely, and then it's got me a little stumped here at the end too. Right, you got another Death card here. Right, and then it's like wanting to come out of competition is an energy I'm getting, or wanting to end competition, or yeah, escape a competition. Interesting. All right. So you had the Seven of Wands reversed, right? And I said wanting to escape a competition. And now this is the 4D mindset. This is where the person's mind actually is versus what the 3D is throwing out there, right? And what's being perceived, what's being... Yeah. This is more on the telepathic connections and things of that nature, right? This is more what the person's going for, right? A shielding energy because they're feeling... yeah, attacked, essentially, right? So there's a bubble of protection here. I love the way this card portrays it because that's... oh, don't mind me, I got paint from doing crafts. But that's more the mindset that you need to go for. That's what you need to envision when you're doing your meditations and things like that. And it's almost... well, I'm getting like... Bella in Twilight, right? You want to create the bubble and then you want to try to push it out as much as possible, right? The Ace of Wands takes a lot of focus, right? Takes a lot of focus, and you need to pull a lot of energy from where your passions are. We got the Six of Swords. There's still a definite, and I'm being pulled by crows in this one, right? The Swords of Crows. Like she's in a boat. Now I got the Page of Wands reversed here. Right, so that's definitely some childlike energy, some negative childlike energy that's being portrayed or being entertained, right? And it's just telling you that it does need to just refocus back on Eight of Pentacles, right? Just refocus back on where your focus goes is where your energy is flowing. So refocus on what is most important, right? And give yourself something other to do, something else to do besides just think. Right? It's just put up your shields, refocus on what you're passionate about, right? Allow yourself to be pulled. And I think that's the childlike energy that's there too. What? Allowing yourself to be pulled in any direction. Generally, most people do not like being pushed or pulled around, right? So it's like immediately you try to fight against it. And I'm getting that's kind of the energy. It's like, put your shields up, maintain what you're focused on, allow yourself to be pulled. And if you feel like your mind is everywhere, just find a way to refocus it, right? Like a lot of us deal with ADHD and things like that, and we all have our ups and our downs, and it's a matter of learning how to work with your abilities, right? Understanding that sometimes you can, I don't know, you have your upswings. It's pretty much manic mode. And I think more people have that than people realize, right? We all go through that. You all go through your ruts where like everything's just like you're almost in autopilot all the time for a while, and then you'll have your bursts of energy. That's normal. That's part of this cycle of everything, right? All right. So what does the 5D have to say about all this? See, most of these cards are reversed, and the only card that's upright, I can't make it up. Can't make it up. All right, what do we got? We got the King of Swords reversed. King of Swords reversed. King of Swords upright is a clear thinking, intellectual person. He's the kind of person who they tells you a hard truth, but does it in a loving manner. This person is toxic. This person is dangerous. This person uses words to manipulate, to get what they want. Yeah, I'm just getting a vibe. This person can be dangerous. This person doesn't, or this person isn't thinking. Isn't thinking. I get the Nine of Swords reversed, the Ten of Cups reversed. See, I told you with the right. So this is gotta be why that time thing on the bottom right on the 3Ds being perceived right. Look, this doesn't seem feasible. Even on the 5D, the 5D's like what? The 5D's like, I don't know. This person's not thinking right, or there's someone on this line that is not thinking right, right? I don't, and this person, this is what I'm getting. Oh my God. All right. So this person is trying to create the illusion of the Ten of Cups, right? And they think they're being slick, and they think they're doing all this, right? And all they're doing is causing anxiety for everybody else. And they're ultimately building a timeline for, because this is in the middle, a reverse Ten of Cups. This is fake. This is staged. This is, this is staged. What you created a false Ten of Cups, or you're on the timeline to creating a false Ten of Cups, right? Why? Because the universe was trying to hand you a cup, but you're focused on these 3 cups instead, right? You focused on these 3 sets, and you made a wrong move. Planted the wrong seeds. Planted the wrong seeds. Why did I get that? Want more? Alright, you know what? Let's just read the shadows. What do I do with the rest of this deck? There it is. Whew. Alright. What? I might have to rewatch that myself. I don't know what just happened. Alright. We got 30. Calling the storm. So you could see it, right? Power comes not from the inside, but from the connection and integration to a greater whole. The visual seed is a shaman woman wears an antler hat dressed in a crimson and brown and holds her crow-headed staff to the storm. Autumn leaves spiral out of control around her as a whirlwind shakes the wind. The sentences pull and release, push to the limit. The eye is the only peaceful place that can be. Ooh. I always have this image of when there's a lot of chaos going around, right? It's like when you're meditating and you're dealing with all those crazy energies all the way around. It's like sitting in the eye of a hurricane, right? And you got to be careful because there'll be people right in the inside of that storm asking for help. But if you stick your hand out there and grab them, they're going to pull you off into that storm. All right. The eye is the only peaceful place where that can be. Going dark, there is a time to find and release our power, like spring that had been compressed to a point. It has lost memory of motion and movement, yet the power is inside it. Finding it is called empowerment. It starts with the belief in our power, in our ability to cope, fight, to endure, to overcome the challenge. However, too often we are encouraged to see empowerment as something that happens only within, in our psychological space. We are not necessarily islands. We can borrow the power of the world around us, the contents, the environments, and the expectations. We do not control the storm, we just call it. To call to the storm, we need not to fear it. And this is what will make us strong. After the storm, there is always the sun. So if the sky has been gray for too long, it is time to fear the storm, but time not to fear the storm, but to embrace it. It will grow up and devour our chains and our jailers, and it will hurt us, and it will hurt us as well. But it will be healthier than to just stare at the chilly rain. We can restart only after we let ourselves end. Just a mess. Just a mess. I don't know why I struggle hard with that book. It's the way the person wrote it. Because I don't have problems reading the other books. It's just that one. The Dark Mirror. Which is weird because I mean, I read poetry. That's not a big, huge problem for me. Usually that doesn't bother me. Accents don't bother me. Like, a lot of people won't listen to, like, my grandmother likes to listen to Thich Nhat Hanh. My grandfather can't stand the weird accents, right? Rainbow Blessings, 119. 119, 11. All right. A rainbow is created by a collaboration of sunlight and water in the atmosphere. The water droplets become tiny prisms that collectively diffuse and disperse the light into a ribbon of colors that is the essence of every hue we are capable of perceiving on this planet. Oh yeah, your eyes suck. These are the only colors we can see. right? There's so many more. Anyway, rainbows symbolize many things, including good luck, a bridge to heaven, and abundance. It's difficult for us to ignore the majesty of a rainbow and the gentle power inherited in its display. It's such a simple blending of the elements coming together in a perfect visual harmony to create one of the most beautiful sights of all creation. Although there is diverse meaning attributed to the sight of a rainbow, a common thread is that it offers a blessing. The artist of this image created this rainbow to commemorate a friend who had just died. She worked on it whenever she felt love and appreciation for her friend, the blessings he brought to her world and to her life, and often after a spell of tearful grief. The storm has passed and it is time to enjoy the refreshing beauty of this cycle. And even though it has been difficult to appreciate any sense of purposefulness in what you have endured lately, you can now, as they say, count your blessings. Do not just look at the brighter side, adhering to some academic mantra that has no heart or depth, but do so slowly with the genuine gratitude that is expressed up close and personal. This ever-evolving process of life itself is a blessing, and the opportunity to exist as a human being on Earth. The planet is a beautiful garden, even if it does not always appear to be so. Sometimes it is only when you look back at a memory of an experience that you can truly see its blessings that have come from them. Truly see the blessings that have come from them. Bless your difficult and painful experiences and let them go. Remember, we got wildness here, and we still got creativity. All right, let's just see. Any final words? A heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you have. A heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others. No one ever said judgments were fair. What you got to say? People are fools, you know the wizard's rules. You have lost your muchness. A seeker seeks knowledge no matter of the source. A wise seeker discerns the truth humbly. Alrighty. Yes, this side. This side. Wildness, creativity. Alright, y'all. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all, and I'll be back just as soon as I can, I promise.